see me? And can anyone hear me? Please let me know in the chat if you can hear me and if you can see me. Let me know. Okay, all clear. How's the volume? I'm gonna have to preemptively apologize for, I think probably the usual apology I have to make is that this is going to be a semi-ASMR, ASMR adjacent, because we'll probably get some amount of street noise because of my very non-soundproofed flat, and I can't edit things. It's great when I'm filming a video because usually I can just take out the street noise and I can take out the stomach noise and whatever. But hey, this is live and unfiltered, as per. Everyone, hello. We've got Alexis, we've got Jose, we've got Magali, we've got One Cat, we've got Luke, we've got Shamps, we've got Simp, we've got Sherry, we've got Yikes a Ghost, we've got Julia Spring, we've got Disintegrate. Hello everyone. Please, let me know how your days have been, or if it's the beginning of your day, let me know how you slept. What did you listen to? Did you listen to... Oh, I'm going to use this as a sort of trigger, I guess. I like button sounds, as you might know if you've watched my videos. And so, when I run out of things to talk about, which I doubt I will, but we can enjoy the dulcet tones of button sounds. Guys and gals, and everyone else in between, if you listened to any ASMR last night to get to sleep, or indeed if you listened to ASMR this morning to help brighten your morning, or just through the day to help you concentrate, what have you been listening to? Not me. Who have you been listening to that isn't me? What videos are you guys watching / listening to? I want to know. I want to know all the best ASMR out there at the minute. Also, I'll not ignore the chat. We just know you want to flex your PS5 controller. Correct. I do. I do indeed. Did anyone else buy an iPhone this week? As in pre-order an iPhone? I haven't been an Apple fanboy for years, but for whatever reason I decided I wanted an iPhone 13. Sometimes you gotta treat yourself, you know. Hello Atlas, I'm from Argentina. Could you send me a hello? I always watch your videos. Hello. Thank you very much for coming to watch. And thank you to everyone in the chat. You've been watching Latte ASMR, Mano ASMR, very good. Corona Satorian Virgin ASMR, Dong ASMR. All great choices. James Matthews, your mate. Very, very good choice, Kirsty. You watch Goodnight Moon. I love Goodnight Moon. She is incredible. Her vintage roleplays are fantastic. Atmosphere, obviously, another amazing one. Her mermaid one she released yesterday is very cool, like incredibly ambitious and very cool. What type of iPhone? Someone asks. I got the iPhone 13 mini because I don't know about you guys, but I, well, for several reasons. One, I like a small phone, I think, generally. I think when phones started becoming much bigger, I was like, but why? I want things to be smaller. For me, smaller things are, you know, in a sort of gadget, cool. But also, I think I'm trying to minimize the amount that I'm using my iPhone as like a media device. I don't know if anyone else is feeling this because, I don't know, I find myself just multi-devicing it constantly, just on my computer or on my TV or on my iPad or on my laptop and on my phone. And I'm like, I don't need to be doing the same thing on all of these three devices, you know? I want to use my phone as a phone, and I want to use my TV as a TV. And I just find myself just with my TV right there, or even when I'm on my computer, just watching YouTube on my phone. I'm like, I don't want to do that, you know? It's cool having things that are really powerful, but I don't want to be an iPhone Pro user. Same with like the cameras and stuff. Like, I have a good camera, and all the other cool things they pack into this tiny thing. I'm like, I don't really need them. Anyway, sorry, that was a bit of a weird rant. Ephemeral Rift. Obviously, Ephemeral Rift. He's fantastic. Matty Tingles. Don't have enough to say. Good things enough. What am I trying to say? Don't have enough good things to say. That's not the phrase. I love Matty Tingles. That's what I'm trying to say. Goodness. Brain dead. Fred's voice. Absolute legend. Uncle Rift. Goodnight Moon and Atlas. Very good. Very good. Okay. Your streaming totally makes my evening. Well, you've totally made my evening as well. Without you, I would just be whispering into a void, and that would be not much fun, I don't think. So thank you, and thank you everyone. Made in France ASMR. Yeah, I mean, he is wonderful. I've been on a Made in France ASMR binge for months, but yesterday I had a real moment of just like flicking through his videos. I think because I wanted to like look at, I know what camera he uses, and I was like, do I want to get that specific quality? But I've realized I don't need a camera upgrade. No one's complaining yet about my my visuals, my camera quality in particular. I mean, I want a new toy because, you know, whenever you buy something for the channel, which I do basically for every video, that sort of excites you to make it, you know, excites you to make something new because you get to use your new thing. So I sort of want a new camera, but I know I can't justify it. I know I can't justify thousands and thousands of pounds on a new camera. That would be stupid. Maybe one day, you know, maybe when I, you know, have the means to justify it with the channel. What about Zeitgeist? I mean, Zeitgeist is one of the all-time greats, of course Zeitgeist. The background looks phenomenal. Thank you. I mix up the lighting every time. I like to keep these fresh, you know. It's been a while since I've streamed, I think. Maybe not. Don't know. Edit out that stomach noise. He's got a Blackmagic one, isn't it? Yeah, it's the Blackmagic 6K, I believe, and that's the one that I've been looking at. But actually, I have no idea if it's better than my camera. I mean, I shoot with like a Canon 5D Mark IV, which is what I use for photography as well. And it's like plenty good, you know, it's good enough. Pardon me. And if I don't perceive it to be good enough, I probably just need to work harder at lighting or something like that. Anyway, ASMR Ryan. Top bloke. Imagine Atlas and Goodnight Moon doing a vintage collab. I mean, how cool would that be? That would be amazing. Articulate design. Again, you guys are just throwing out all-time greats. I mean, you have wonderful taste. You listen to the same people that I listen to. GB ASMR is amazing. She certainly is. ASMR Magic. Yeah, ASMR Magic's fantastic. I really loved your It's Your Turn video. Oh, I completely forgot that that's what I named my recent video. It's Your Move, I think I called it. Because in my head I refer to it as Alfie's Game. But I thought that wouldn't really be as sort of searchable or as clickable to someone who doesn't know what's actually in the video, you know? Because it sort of means nothing. Like, no one, apart from the lovely people on my channel who have seen The Gentleman. Also, hello, Jenny. Hello. The lovely people who have seen The Gentleman. No one else really knows who Alfie is. And game's a bit abstract. So, It's Your Move felt a bit more, I guess, interactive. But in my head, it's Alfie's Game. GBSMR, Made in France. Gentleman 3. Jenny, Late Night Tingles. I need to check out Late Night Tingles. Creative Calm ASMR, such nice purple light vibes. Thank you. These are, I was going for sort of like streamer vibes, you know? I don't think I've ever done this sort of like purple background, sort of streamer vibes. I'm channeling my inner streamer. Today, for the benefit of the chat, I decided to return an elaborate streaming setup that I had decided to purchase for myself because I was like, I don't stream enough to warrant this. And actually, I don't think my streams, I mean, they're not too terrible. But anyway, if I stream more, then I can start spending more money on streaming setups. Anyway, do you have hints for your next video idea? Any concept? Plenty of concept. Any hints? Again, I sort of say this like every stream because I'm wary of overcommitting to something, because I have an idea in mind for my next one, and I'm really excited about it, to be honest. But what happens with me is that I'll have another sort of idea that floats to the surface and that I get more excited about. And then sometimes that video that I was previously excited about never happens. So I can't hint at too much at this stage, I don't think. Maybe not. I'll think of a fun way to tease it. How's my day been? Majestic Horse asks. Very kind of you to ask. It's been scatty. You know when your day just feels a bit all over the place and very bitsy, with tiny little tasks, a big to-do list with just tiny, sometimes just like administrative or errands or, whatever. Pardon me. It's been one of those days where ticking things off the list hasn't felt that sort of satisfying. It's not sort of progressing anything. So, fine. But I'm off the back of a rather superb trip to Malta, prior to me releasing the It's Your Move video, the chess one that I just did. If you haven't checked it out, please do. I was in Malta, and Malta, for anyone who hasn't been or anyone who doesn't know, is a tiny, tiny, tiny island, tiny country in the Mediterranean, and it has turned into one of my new favourite places. Malta is insane. It's an archipelago, so it's sort of like a cluster of islands, and it has this like phenomenal history. It's been invaded by bloody everyone, and just has and is such a I guess like an amalgamation of all of the cultures that have inhabited Malta. It's a real sort of melting pot, and it's so interesting. You walk around it feeling like you're tangibly standing on history, because every invasion, every culture, everything has really informed the architecture, and it's clearly had sort of so much money in it, and had so much sort of tactical significance and like historical significance as like a hospital in the First and Second World Wars, or all sorts. I won't wax on about Malta, but it's wonderful. Please, if when the world opens up a little bit more, travel to Malta. They quite like tourists as well. So anyway, sorry chat. Are we getting a Gentleman 3 video? Maybe. If you guys want it. Perhaps. I'm still recovering from the Gentleman 2, to be honest. Hey Alice, you've probably been asked this a bunch of times, but have you ever done anything with voice acting? Not with any real sort of intent, or like I have been asked to do a voice acting project before, and it was really cool, really fun. But I think I've heard from various other creators in ASMR that it's a tough industry to crack. So I don't think I would pull any sort of effort into it. But if anyone wants a dorky Kiwi for a voice acting gig, then hey, hit me up. Do I ever think of working in the film industry? Very good question. No. I think until I started the channel, it really hadn't crossed my mind. And in fact, only like halfway through this sort of content creating process, I sort of went, oh yeah, I guess I'm sort of making films in a sense, like very small, short films. But I'm learning a lot about cinematic lighting. I'm learning a lot about cinematic storytelling. And it seems just as good a path as any into the film industry. That only clicked recently. But as for whether I would consider it, never say never, I guess. We'll take whatever life throws at me. I mean, I could see this with me, I could see myself getting sort of more and more ambitious with this sort of medium, whether or not that ends up in film or something more interactive, whether like ASMR could potentially, be on Netflix, say. That would be an exciting opportunity. Stuff like that. But we make these opportunities. I'm not keen to go work for someone else, necessarily. Anyway. Heard GB talking about voice acting and its difficulties. Yeah, I think I heard GB talk about that as well. Where am I from? I'm from New Zealand. Think I've seen you around Brixton. Unlikely. I haven't been to Brixton in a while, although I did used to hang out in Brixton quite a lot. Am I going to make a second part to the aeronaut? Maybe. I quite like, with all of these characters, planting enough threads that I can easily pick them back up and pull the thread. That's why the aeronaut is off to do something, right? The aeronaut is off to Altus, the city in the clouds, where he's about to sort of fight in a revolution. And I think that was quite a fun thread that, if I ever get to it, I can pull. The camera angles in It's Your Turn was phenomenal. Thank you very much. Thank you. That video had its own unique set of challenges. It was a detailed design. Anyway, thank you to all the newcomers who have come to watch / listen. Please continue to let me know how your days or evenings or mornings are going. Where's Man on Crane? I want to make Man on Crane. Man on Crane is an almost definite. We'll make Man on Crane at some point. We have to. Any plans to make another character customization video again? You know what? I really, really like making videos in that world. The upgrade shop world and the choose your character world. They're the same world, but that's sort of cyberpunky, sort of like a neon dystopia, Blade Runner-esque shop world. Yeah, I do want to make another video in that world, and I will. Don't know when though. Can you recommend any cool series you've watched lately? I'm not sure that I can. I mean, I'm about to start. I mean, I probably could if I was to rack my brains, but I'm about to start the new season of Sex Education, which has just been released as of 2 days ago, I think. Also, I love Ted Lasso. I know that's not like a hot take, but Ted Lasso is awesome. For anyone who isn't watching Ted Lasso, sort your life out. Was there any green screen in It's Your Turn? I mean, I'm thrilled that you've asked that question. But yes, there was. And in fact, for anyone who isn't on my Instagram, I posted, this might be a somewhat fun fact, may not be, but I posted a picture of where I filmed it. For anyone who's interested, it was the pub where they filmed The Gentleman, as in the Guy Ritchie film, The Gentleman, with Matthew McConaughey. Are people seeing these? I have no idea. I have no idea how to stream. I'm just going to remove that. Maybe remove that. How do I remove that? Yeah, good. And so you can see here, if I was just to, whoops, that's huge. Look at me figuring this all out live. Thank you for bearing with, everyone. See here that this little bit from The Gentleman, sorry, not The Gentleman, It's Your Move, and everything, all of the backgrounds in that, I photographed in that pub. It's a pub in Hammersmith. Anyway, that was really cool for me, and more I'm trying to record. I mean, I don't really like to think of them as backgrounds anymore, because sometimes I put in foreground elements as well. I like to sort of think of them as like a world, right? What world am I making? But with The Gentleman, not The Gentleman, what's it bloody called? It's Your Move, Alfie's Game. Yeah, I took footage and stills of that pub, because I wanted it to have that very particular sort of austere aesthetic. But yeah, it was green screen. Unfortunately, I wouldn't be able to actually film there, because that would cost me, 1, a lot of money, 2, a lot of time, 3, it wouldn't be particularly quiet. So green screens are very, very, very useful in making sure that the environment that I'm filming it in is incredibly controlled. 1, for sound, but 2, because I'm a nightmare. I like filming myself. I'm a nightmare. I did end up scripting a lot of It's Your Move. I don't usually script like word for word videos, but I've forgotten that I'd scripted it, and that like you have to actually learn the lines. So there were so many takes of me just bunging everything up. Anyway, am I going to make a boyfriend roleplay? No. I'm sorry to disappoint, but I'm not going to make a boyfriend roleplay. There are many, many, many fantastic boyfriend roleplays online, and I would point you towards them. But I don't think it's my bag, sorry. Have you ever watched Money Heist? I haven't yet watched Money Heist. Hi from South Africa. I would encourage the chat, please, respectfully, to try not to spam. If I don't see your question, I'm very sorry. It's likely to happen, but if it's a really burning question, please feel free to ask it a bit later on, and I'll hopefully get to it. But that's the nature of these things, you know. Any chance of a sequel to Red Umbrella? Yeah. I mean, again, like there's a thread there that I could pull, but I sort of quite liked that Man with the Red Umbrella was sort of its own like story that possibly doesn't need to be sort of like sprung back open. I'm not sure of that. I mean, let's call him a character. He's probably not that much of a character, but I think it was just an interest. I think it was just like a one-time story that I quite enjoyed telling. I mean, I really enjoyed making that video. I think it's like very chill. Like pub quizzes are just like a very nice ambience, I think, for ASMR. And being asked questions is relaxing, and having this guy who clearly had a sort of like, was it maybe like a relationship, some sort of interest in you, the person he was talking to. I don't know, I think it made for a sort of just like nice standalone video, but who knows, never say never. James Matthew makes a couple of fantastic boyfriend roleplays. Yeah, I mean, for anyone who hasn't seen James Matthew's channel, please check him out. He's very good. I want to make art of your characters. Also, please make another man in the plane. Thank you. Very flattered and honoured. The Man On series. Yeah, I mean, obviously that's another one I want to sort of crack into again. I'm sort of reluctant to make too many sequels. I don't want my channel to be a closed book for people who are just discovering it. You know, I don't want the lore to seem in any way like obtuse or dense, you know. I need to make sure that all of these videos are really accessible. So, yeah. But hopefully people feel that way. I don't know. It's all a work in progress. Please sing La Traviata. Maybe not this time. Maybe you can hear me sing at like a future milestone. I think in a previous stream I said 500,000. Who knows if we'll ever get there. Any chance there's going to be a Black Mirror roleplay? I think someone pointed out to me the other day that they thought my videos felt a little bit Black Mirror-y. And I was complimented because I sort of know the essence of Black Mirror. And I know that that's sort of what I'm trying to capture in a sense. But I haven't actually seen Black Mirror. I mean, the other day I watched one episode, so I'm trying to crack into it. But from my understanding, and certainly from watching the one episode that I did, it's not super relaxing. One, it's quite dark, and I know that I like to flirt with darkness sometimes, but having a mirror held up to you all the time and having sort of societal observations rammed down your throat. Maybe for some videos. So, hey, maybe. Black Mirror, I mean, it's on the list, let's say that. How's life and work right now? Well, thank you so much for asking. Life and work and making videos is a constant juggling act, as any creator can tell you. Something always has to give a little bit. And, yeah, I'm always trying to find the balance. If anyone thinks why I take so long to release videos, it's because they take so long to make. It's not so much that. I mean, they do take, I guess, more time to make than a simpler video, right? But it's often just because I'm bogged down with work. Work is taxing, as you guys know. Okay, where are we? Will we ever get to know how Shade/Shane is doing in Elysium? Well, yeah. I mean, as I said previously, that's another thread that I could pull. But again, not wanting to get bogged down in too many sequels. I enjoy creating sort of the new, formative, original stories. And then the sequels can come later. But I don't want to just get stuck into the same stuff, But yeah, again, like, that is sort of a continuation of Man on Train. That he then goes down into the underworld, and now he's in Elysium. And I'm looking forward to continuing it. Do. Spooky month is coming. Am I going to make any extra spooky ASMR roleplays? As a person who grew up in New Zealand, I wasn't really that... like, Halloween is not a massive thing, apart from in the States, and, I mean, it's sort of like a thing in the UK a little bit, but it's huge in the States, but, like, in New Zealand, we obviously know it's a thing, and trick-or-treating certainly happened, but it's not anything that we paid too much attention to. We're not obsessed by it. So I didn't grow up with Halloween being a major fixture in my life. And to be honest, I'm not sure the sort of spooky thing is where my channel sort of is, maybe, or where my talents best lie. I mean, last Halloween I did that, the vampire collab, which was really good fun. But me dressing up as a vampire, that didn't come naturally to me. I'm not used to, like, throwing on a costume and pretending to be something supernatural. It was fun, and I enjoyed it, but I don't know. I want to channel my focus and my intent with the channel into things that I really, really enjoy. It seems obvious when you say it out loud, but for ages and ages I was sort of making videos or making ASMR that I thought I should be making, rather than things that I necessarily wanted to make. And that took me a long time to figure out. You take a long time to sort of like work out what your niche is. Oh, goodness. Not only has Sam Slaughter donated, very, very kind, but I had a little pop-up work. That's very exciting. Guys, I'm such a streamer now. With my purple background, my little pop-up going. Cool. I wonder when else that pop-up goes. Oh, have you ever thought of making a medical roleplay? Mr. AJDJ, let's see if you pop up as well. Are you going to pop up? Wait, why haven't you popped up? Damn it. Okay, it is... Oh. We're all go today. This is exciting. Yeah, Mr. AJDJ, that is a very, very good question, actually. And one that not too many people have asked, or maybe they have, and I just haven't seen them. But medical roleplays are by far and away the most popular ASMR videos to do. And they have an inbuilt audience where people are literally searching for cranial nerve exams, or eye exams, or full body whatevers. And like, people watch those things. And I know that if I was to make one, it would get views, which is good. That's what you want, right? However, I made a decision quite early on that I wanted to see if I could grow a channel, an audience, and a sort of base that wasn't reliant on doing mainstream, I guess. I hesitate to say that because, in essence, all of my videos do have mainstream components in them. And I make sure to, because I don't, this is the genre that we're in, and I want to make sure that people are watching these things. But I didn't. How do I phrase this without like? You possibly get what I mean. Maybe one day I'll do medical, and I'm sure that I'll continue to integrate medical into what I'm doing. But I don't think that I ever want to sort of be a medical channel, because then I'll see a video possibly do really, really well, and that might become addictive, and I'll see other videos do badly, and I'll do a medical again, and sometimes you can get stuck in that sort of cycle. So yeah. I'm not sure it's solid reasoning, but there we go. Question of the day. What are you most proud of? Thank you very much for your donation, your host Fritz. What am I most proud of? I don't necessarily... Look at it go. Little zombie. I'm not sure I have a straightforward answer, but I would think one of the things that I'm most proud of myself is that I've always done exactly what I wanted to do. And I know that comes from somewhat a position of privilege in a sense, but I've always very much followed my passions and trusted that maybe the money will come later on, like I wanted to be in theatre when I was 18, and I started a theatre company, and there was no money in that, and I worked at bars and stuff, but I wanted to be in theatre, and then I somehow made a little bit of cash from it, and then I wanted to be a designer and a photographer, and there was no money in that at the time, and then but like I haven't followed the money. I've always just wanted to follow the sort of creating of stuff, and it sort of worked out for me. And I would encourage everyone, if you wanted to, and if you wanted to sort of work in a creative field, to really go at it. But as I say, that comes from my own unique position, I guess. And I'm not sure if that's what I'm most proud of. That's an off-the-cuff answer. Let's hope it was interesting. Where are we at? He's from New Zealand living in the UK. Correct. Thanks, chat. Liam version 1. Thank you for your donation. Donation train because you deserve it. Wanting to tell you that I'm actually writing an essay on your Red Umbrella video for university. Wow. That's really cool. I hope it is well received. Thank you, Liam version 1. There are too many cranial nerves to actually watch. That's the other thing, I think. I mean, if you search for a cranial nerve exam, you will find one. And I have been conscious that I want to put out things that are, I guess, unique to me. This isn't me dissing anyone who does cranial nerve exams. There are some superb examples of people who do cranial nerve exams, and some of them are truly, truly mind-blowing. But it just doesn't sort of work with me, and I don't really have a medical brain, and yeah. Anyway, that's why. There are loads of reasons I'm not doing cranial nerve exams. Anyway, your host Fritz, hello again. I myself am something in regards to video editing, and it's something I myself am proud of. Hello from Canada. Hello. And Sam Slaughter, just to make you smile at the alert. Thank you. Thank you. Very cute, all the donations. Okay, where are we? Hey there, Atlas. Any plans for a zombie survivor themed video? Funny you should mention that. I mean, no. But I think I would have enough knowledge and the right language to be able to do such a video. Having done enough sort of zombie experiential stuff before. Love zombies, and I love the zombie tropes in films. But again, I sort of need to come back to me not sort of, don't know, maybe one day. For me, zombies I would do if I had state-of-the-art, cutting-edge special effects. Liam version 1, £2 through Super Chat. Guys, I'm loving this notification. I'm loving the fact that I've hacked streaming. I've done it. I've done it now, guys. Would you like to see it when you're done? Liam, email it through. And that goes for anyone. If anyone wants to email me anything, you're always welcome to. Rohan, loved your late night talk show video. Thank you. Love from India. Thank you so much for watching. The talk show video was really fun. That was around the time of GB's B movie, I think. And that was a time when I was just like really, really in the swing of like ASMR and just loving it. I mean, I still love it for sure, but like I remember that just being a real highlight, you know, that time. That new camera is on the way. Yeah, it is. Do I actually like to play chess? Yeah, chess is a great game. Living by oneself, I don't often have opportunities to play chess. But yeah. Where are we? Reno. Joining the donation train. Love your videos. Wait for the notification. Hey. Please remember to take breaks. Thank you very much. I mean, it's a thing that I'm conscious to do. I mean, my videos sometimes take so long to make that I'm conscious of taking too long between each video. It's a constant stress, to be honest. I get the odd comment from people being like, "Where's Atlas? Is he dead?" I'm like, "It's been a week." I unfortunately will never be the 3 times a week classic, or even 2 times a week YouTube creator. It's not really possible with the one-man band that is me. How about some more technological? Oh. Louis Garcia, $5. Thank you very much. Would I ever consider doing YouTube full time? I've answered. Come on, words. Where's my tongue twisters gone? I've answered this question before, and my answer has always slightly changed, but fundamentally it remains, don't think so. Don't think so. I would enjoy YouTube fitting into, I guess, into a sort of career plan, but it's, I mean, a lot of content creators would give the answer that it's unreliable income. It's not sort of steady income, which it certainly is not. But for me, it's not even particularly profitable. Like, the amount of money that I would need to outlay, or that I do outlay for my videos, you know, good cameras and lighting and whatever, it means that the return on investment isn't currently that high. So I would need to have like 1 million subscribers before I considered it as a full-time job, I think, you know. But hey, oh goodness, why is my volume on? But never say never. As with all these things, like, I really enjoy it, and I really enjoy doing this, chatting to you guys, and why would I not want to do that more? So it's just one of those things. We'll see. Tell us about the whiskey trip. You remember? So on the previous stream, which was probably about a month ago, I told of a trip to the Scottish Highlands, which I was doing with my mates just afterwards. And it was one of my favourite holidays ever. It was fantastic. We took a car around from Inverness, drove around just a little bit of the Highlands. We're only there for a couple of days. Went around Ben Nevis, that huge mountain. Went to the Glen Moray distillery. In fact, I bought a bottle from the Glen Moray distillery. It was really nice. It's a Glen Moray, like, 15-year whiskey. It's so good. And yeah, it was just a fantastic trip. Road trip holidays. I hadn't done a proper road trip holiday for years. And so it was mainly made by just like the worst, silliest chat. It was great chat. And just music. Just like dance music from when we were teenagers. Good times. Okay. Art takes time. Tonka, you're too right. Do I like drinking beer? As anyone else who's been on the stream before can attest to, yeah, I do. In fact, today might be the first stream where I'm not drinking beer. I've had a heavy weekend. Not a heavy weekend, but like I need not to drink beer. It's a Monday night, guys. How do you decide on the visuals for your videos? Do I have a Pinterest board or mood board? Yeah. I make a sort of informal mood board to myself for more or less every video. For instance, my arcade video was sort of a cross between Wreck-It Ralph and Stranger Things, you know, sort of trying to create something nostalgic, sort of with a bit of Scott Pilgrim in there as well. But yeah, I get excited about that element, being able to sort of visually craft something that is familiar but unique, you know. Being able to make art for art's sake is pretty useful, especially in stressful times like these. I think that's a good point as well. Like, I don't necessarily want to make a career out of something that serves as a really nice hobby. Like this is great because I can spend as much time on something as I want. I can spend as much money on something as I want. And I do. Like, I'm really like, these are very much passion projects. But as soon as it becomes my job, X-Tiger, yes, come on. Thank you. Do you plan to do more collabs in the future? I do. I do plan to do more collabs in the future. In fact, if you've seen my Twitter feed, you'll know that I have a very exciting collab in the works. And you're welcome to guess who that's with. What was I saying? Yeah, it's just really nice to do things as passion projects sometimes, you know? I'm not in this for the cash. Like, I could, yeah, my videos wouldn't be my videos if I was in this for the cash. I'm in it for the lols. I'm in it for the funds. Okay. Have I gone to the Isle of Skye in Scotland yet? No, that was on the list, but we haven't been there. I would love to. Absolutely love to. Quick question. What type of video have you been wanting to record, but you keep pushing for later? There's so many. So many. I have lists and lists and lists. Pardon me. And who knows if they'll get made. But yeah, I think at the moment sort of no video is too ambitious. Like, I'm now at that exciting point where I feel like my ideas are getting sort of loftier, and I am more sort of creatively empowered to make them, because I don't know, I guess I have a little bit more confidence in one sort of just, for each new video I'll buy a new light, and that light will teach me something new, or I'll buy a new microphone and that microphone will teach me something new, or I'll learn how to do something that will teach me something new. And so my projects become more and more ambitious. So yeah, I'm getting more and more excited for these things. Yeah. Okay, Sam Slaughter. Thank you so much again. Will you? Yes, come on. Fave part of the arcade vid was the straw in the way. Mine too. Okay. Where are we? You and Anastasia from Atmosphere should collab. That would be really, really fun. I've never had any conversation with Atmosphere. I'm sure she's a lovely, lovely person. But yeah, I mean, who wouldn't want to collab with her? She's great. Shay Brains just wanted to be a zombie. Thank you very much. And are you going to appear up there, or have you already? Don't really know. How do you do the other game related videos? Yes, come on, Shay. I find it so interesting about the effects. Other game. What other? I don't really know what you mean by the other game. Maybe I'm being thick. Sorry. But on my Patreon. Sorry for the plug. But on my Patreon, I do behind the scenes breakdowns. If you wanted to see them, I mean, my Patreon is only like $1. You could just pay for like a month and see the videos and then leave if you so wanted to. Am I interested in multimedia and interactive design? Yeah, I guess. I think that's, this is the beginnings of that. I'm certainly interested in this. But, yeah, who knows? Who knows? Any chance of me visiting Mauritius? Hey, I'm sure at some point I would love to. How old am I actually? I'm 30 years old. I am the ripe, tender age of 30 years old. Ripe and tender. Have I ever thought of doing a Harry Potter roleplay? Whoop. Don't bump the table. Yeah, I mean, I've said a few times on this stream or on previous streams that I'm sort of reluctant to sort of tap into already established fictional worlds in my own videos. I'm slowly sort of going back on that promise because for whatever reason I'm enjoying, well, yeah, in future I'm sure I might I could sort of tap into Harry Potter. I don't know if I'll actually play Harry Potter himself, but I mean, hey, I love Harry Potter like everyone else. I think my what I'm trying to say is that my thought process is changing slightly with regards to that. As you'll possibly know if you follow me on Twitter, I am embarking on a very, very exciting collab with none other but GB ASMR. You might have heard of her. And that is a Hades collab. And if you've watched me on stream before, you will know that I very much like the game Hades. And that is an already established fictional universe. And so I've broken my own rule. But it's going to be a heck of a lot of fun. So, who knows? Who knows what the future holds? No more rules. All bets are off. You're very much a Sirius Black. Hey, maybe in future. ASMR with Kim. Hello. Happy Monday to you too. I hope you're really well. You should do a Loki roleplay. Yeah. I don't think I'll ever do a Loki roleplay. But he certainly has a wonderful voice, does Tom Hiddleston. Dude, a Hades ASMR, no way, can't wait for it. Yeah, it'll be cool. This is where the hype train starts. I haven't, apart from Twitter, haven't actually sort of talked about this before. But yeah, it's in the works. And we're both really, really excited for you to see what we cook up. I mean, it's going to be a heck of a project. So I'm sure in about a month it'll be ready. And please tune in. I'll let you know. Okay, where are we? Is it tap water or sparkling water? Big fan of the sparkling water. It's sparkling water. Proof. It's sparkling water. Moving to the UK from the States. Any tips? Oh God, very good question. When I first arrived in the UK, I found it easiest to set up a Lloyd's bank account. I feel bad because I don't necessarily want to be repping a Lloyd's bank account 8 years after I did it, but it was very easy for me to set up because the hardest thing is that you need to have an address in the UK, and that's quite tough to have an address when you've just moved there. So, but Lloyd's made it quite easy for me. Anyway, that's one tip. Okay. Goodness, we've been going for 50 minutes. We're doing so well. Thank you so much, everyone, for sticking around if you have been. With about 3k hours in Hades, whew, I think I'm going to enjoy that ASMR. Yeah, I mean, that's a lot of Hades hours, but I've played Hades quite a lot myself. Hades is a brilliant game for anyone who's into gaming, be it on the PC or the Switch or whatever. Hades is a cracker. Absolutely check it out. And you've got a month to do so before the Hades roleplay to rule all Hades roleplays comes out. Is YouTube the only job you have, or do you work in something else? Yes, no, I'm a graphic designer, and I wouldn't even consider YouTube a job. Your voice is relaxing. You should be doing this thing called ASMR. Thanks. Am I vaccinated? I am. And I very much like the fact that I'm vaccinated. I'm very pro people getting vaccinated, to get political about it. Gotta leave the stream for now. It's been nice seeing you and everyone here. Have a great day, y'all. Hey, thank you so much for coming. Have I ever been to South Africa? No, not yet. But hey, at some point in the future, I'm sure. What about DC? Do I like Joker? Do I think that Phoenician Sailor did a great job? Yeah, Phoenician Sailor did the Joker roleplay to end all Joker roleplays. It was superb. And I don't think that I need to have a crack at it. You know, I think that many people, like Kat Bailey's done a phenomenal one as well. Like, many people are very good at portraying the Joker. But yeah, I think I'm going to enjoy doing the Hades roleplay. But again, on my channel, you're very likely to find sort of original characters or situations, or heavily inspired by things like things in the mainstream. But I'm probably not going to necessarily be cosplaying or role-playing too many characters. See what I mean? Wait, so your upcoming Hades video is based off the video game? Yeah. It will be. And it'll be on GB's channel, I think. But I will let you know closer to the time. I'm sure I'll keep teasing it. Pyre, by the same game company, was also a fantastic game. I'm aware of Pyre. I haven't yet played it, but the art style is very, very cool, so I'll have to check it out at some point. Spaghetti. There you go, Hypernova. I said it. I bet there are a few people that will get vaccinated because you are. Well, I hope so. Yeah, sometimes I think politically you need to be aware of what you say because, you know, even very, very small influences like me can be influential, you know. So I think that for me, being vaccinated is a hill on which I am prepared to die. Ignore the maybe poor choice of phrasing in there, but I think everyone should get vaccinated. Okay. Where are we? What up, Atlas? I met amazing people from New Zealand on Twitch and tell them all to check you out if they appreciate ASMR and especially your videography. Thanks, Maurice/Morris, however you prefer to be have your name pronounced. That's very kind of you. Thank you. Can we expect another 1900s video? Perhaps. Maybe. Who knows? Have I ever done graphic design for a board game or video game? No, but I would say, now you've said it, that might be on my bucket list now. That sounds really cool. I have never wanted to pursue gaming professionally, but having my art be used for video games would be the coolest thing ever. So maybe I'll write it down as a goal and manifest it somehow. You got the accent for the Hades character. Well, spoilers. I will be, forgive that siren if you can hear that siren. Yes, I will be playing 2 characters in Hades. And if you're aware of the Hades game, you're welcome to guess who they are. And you can guess who GB's playing as well. Oh, Super chat. Hello, we've got Biostag. Thank you so much for your very kind donation. Thank you, Biostag. And Kelly Cade. As a videographer, I shoot my own video and edit that, and production part takes time. You are doing green screen, that's even more time, and you're editing them, which causes repetition for perfection. Thank you. Thank you very much for your chat. Yeah. The green screen element I really enjoy. It's very much a new thing for me. Like the gentleman, I've told chat this before, but the gentleman video last year in July was my first time green screening anything, and it was so much fun. It felt like a very natural fit for me. The British guy. Will we expect another aeronaut video in the future? This was a question asked earlier on, and all I can say is, don't know. Maybe. I would love to at some point do that, but as I keep saying, all my new ideas keep getting in the way. So what's your favourite British snack that you've become obsessed with since moving here? Don't know. For the longest time, I was obsessed with hobnobs. Like, they are a great biscuit/cookie. Which are they? Biscuit? Love hobnobs. Hobnobs are amazing. You are going to play two characters. I'd say Zagreus and Thanatos. Both very, very good guesses. Not necessarily correct on either count this time. But that should narrow it down pretty substantially, I reckon. If GB isn't Meg, I'm going to riot. Mediocre Nightmare. Howdy. Love your content. There you are. Been suffering from lack of motivation. Where do you derive yours from? Where do I derive my motivation from? Interesting question, because I, like everyone else in the world, often suffers from a lack of motivation. For me, I go through massive fluctuations. When I'm excited about a creative project, which I am often, such is the nature of my full-time work and also my hobby, YouTube, my brain will latch on to something, and sometimes in a project that could be halfway through it, but often it's at the very beginning of it, and then I develop an insane creative energy to see that through and just ignore all other aspects of my life. So in that respect, I would say that I'm hugely motivated, but then in other respects, I get real tunnel vision when it comes to my projects. So I don't know. I'm never like generally motivated for everything. I'm very specifically motivated for some things. I think some of my friends would call me motivated, but I don't think of myself as necessarily too motivated a person. Don't know. Anyway, maybe you should do a traditional ASMR in your own style with a twist. Maybe. I mean, I like to think, if my comment earlier about wanting to sort of stay away from medical ASMR for the sake of not wanting to sort of box myself in, I don't want that to be misconstrued, because I do very much want to have my videos classed as ASMR, you know? Like, I have huge respect for the genre, and I'm not trying to do anything different. Like, I'm trying to make relaxing, maybe not necessarily like super relaxing, but I'm trying to make good ASMR content, and that is number one priority for me. So in a sense, I think that some of what I'm doing, like, is traditional ASMR. Like, if you distill Man on Train, for instance, down to its core components, it's a photography video, it's a story reading video, it's a it's a personal attention video. Like, if you distill Arcade down, it's a button sounds video and a personal attention video, you know. And if you're to just, like, in Underworld, there's a medical segment, and in the chess video, there's all sorts of different sort of classic traditional ASMR triggers. So, you know, I might call these things different things, and in my head I might sort of like try and put a lot of different sort of ASMR staples into a video, But, you know, that's just my own take on traditional ASMR. I don't know what me doing a sort of traditional ASMR otherwise would look like, you know? So, yeah. Well, you were already Charon in a video. I certainly was, and I was already Zagreus in a video as well. Neither of which were inspired by the Hades game, by the way. Would I consider doing a Bioshock or Fallout roleplay? Never say never. If I Man on a Train inspired me to start writing again. Thank you so much for the inspiration. That stuff's always so nice to hear. Thanks, Livy Lou, for telling me that. I'm really glad. That's very cool. Your mouth voice gives me the best tingles. My mouth voice. I'm glad. The atmosphere in your videos is amazing. How do you do your backgrounds? Is it all green screen? I would say most of the time it's green screen, yeah. My backgrounds are usually original content, as in I will shoot the backgrounds myself. And as I've sort of come to learn, if you can shoot your backgrounds with the same camera that you're shooting you with, same settings, same lighting-ish, same angles, same, you know, focal length, whatever, and you can match the sort of amount of blur, bokeh, depth of field to how you think it should be. If you have control over all of these elements and just pair it with your green screen footage and then slap a nice grade over it, 9 times out of 10 it's going to look pretty alright, you know? Like, I'm not saying that, I mean, I certainly still have a lot to learn, but if you're taking original footage, real footage, putting it together, it stands a chance of looking pretty good. I think sort of realism isn't a concept that many people care about necessarily as much as I do. Like, I'm trying to make sort of stylized things, and I quite like things looking like they sort of have a visual cohesion. But for others, they don't care about that stuff. You know, they're just trying to evoke a mood. They don't necessarily mind that you buy into the fact that it's real. It's all good. So, you know, it's a thing that I really, really enjoy. But I would never knock on what anyone else does. What's my favourite game at the moment? If I'm playing anything at all. You know what? I would still probably fall back on something like Hades being, you know, my favourite game in recent times. At the moment, I'm playing Pokemon. I have to say. I'm playing Pokemon Shield. And that's because video games for me are very, very, very cool. But they prevent me from sleeping if they're too engaging, you know, if they're too interesting. And I know that when God of War comes out, the new one, and when the new Breath of the Wild comes out, then I'm going to be playing those two, and they're going to keep me up because they're going to be too damn fun. But something like Pokemon, which it has that sort of nostalgia hit, but is sort of easy enough. You know, you can play it with one hand, with your eyes closed, sort of thing. Easy enough and chill enough that I can play it late at night to sort of unwind to. So that's what I'm doing at the minute. Hello from Russia. Hello from England. Thanks for the many, many hours of chill you've given me over the last few hellish months. Well, I'm very sorry that your last few months have been hellish, but I'm very glad to be able to help in my own very small way. So thank you for telling me, and I hope it gets better for you. Honestly, I treat your works more like short films than ASMR videos. Thank you. Yeah, as I say, I'm trying to do both, you know? Like, I never want to lose sight of the fact that I'm making ASMR, and I'm making these videos for, if not necessarily relaxation, because I don't necessarily subscribe to the idea that all ASMR needs to be super relaxing. ASMR refers to that tingly sensation, and sometimes you just want to evoke that sensation. Often you want to relax people. Often you want to sort of draw people in. But I think of ASMR as a genre as so big, so expansive, so multi-purpose. Why not explore that to its fullest, you know? It has traditionally gone down the path of very sort of comforting videos. But I'm sure ASMR could be loads of things. So, and I never want them to necessarily be, well, yeah, no, I won't say that. It's an ongoing journey. You made my mum laugh with your tiger video. I was actually doing everything you told the subject to do. That's great. I love that. How much do you work for your channel compared to your real work? It's a balance. I do a lot of work at my real work, and that is hugely creatively inspiring as well. I love my job. My job is the job that I wanted to do since I was a kid, and I get to work with some fantastic people and work on some hugely high-profile things that really would have excited and impressed my 18-year-old self. So I will never lose sight of the fact that I'm very lucky to be able to do what I do professionally. So I hold that and my YouTube channel in equal importance, because they sort of inspire the other in a sense. I learn things in both that I can have crossover between. You get me? Red Wolf, hope you're doing well, Atlas. Thank you very much for stopping by. How are you? Just realised I wasn't following you on Instagram. Changing that right now. Thanks. Come and hang out. If anyone isn't following me on Instagram, sort it out. How many times have you replayed the original Breath of the Wild? I mean, I have not. I would like to. I'm overdue a replay. I'll need to replay it, I think, before the new one comes out. Would I rather Goodnight Moon or Moonlight Cottage? I couldn't possibly choose. They're both phenomenal. They're both truly epic. Alfie's playing chess while I'm playing checkers. I'm loving your choice. Loving your choice of video. Are there any new ASMR creators that you've enjoyed lately? Yeah, I mean, I'm discovering new YouTubers all the time, I guess. Texas Whisperer ASMR. Check him out. How long does it take you to go from filming to editing to posting? How would you describe it? I don't know if I can necessarily quantify it, because I spend a lot of time before any of those thinking about the video and sort of conceiving the video in my head, and that's sort of unable to be put sort of like hour amounts to, and often happens while I'm like on a run, like I have my best ideas when I'm on a run. Filming is probably the part that is the biggest like time suck there, and it's probably the bit that I think comes least naturally to me. Like the editing takes the most time, but the filming should take less time, because it's a lot of me just pulling out my own hair. So one day I will streamline that. Maybe. Your content is so unique and imaginative, especially the personal question one, so tingly and relaxing. Thank you so much. Have you a favourite place in London? Kirsty, I have many, many very, very enchanting favourite places in London, but my favourite thing to do in London is go over the bridges, just like cross the Thames, because it's just, I don't know, for whatever reason, just so magical that it just epitomizes London. You get to see all of the beautiful architecture, the new and the old, and you're crossing this body of water that's seen so much stuff, through the ages. So, yeah, that's my favourite thing to do. Cross the bridges. What's your dream car? I'm not sure, actually, these days, and I'm a massive driver. I really enjoyed taking a car around the Highlands when I did that a couple of weeks ago. Shh, siren, go away. Sorry, gang. I don't know. I quite like Audis. But, I don't have a dream car in terms of something really like luxury and expensive. Like, I really love like a crappy, beat up old Honda Civic, from the 90s. I still have such fond memories of my early cars that I bought when I was a teenager. And so, something like that. something manual, something crap. Okay, where are we? I've missed so much chat. I'm so sorry. Ooh. I don't normally like men in ASMR. You're so on top of everyone. Thank you very much. I can recommend, if you haven't checked out, people like, well, anyone in The Gentleman, to be fair. Like, they're all fantastic. But I'm very glad. I know that that different things in ASMR. ASMR is such an interesting genre in that there's so many acquired tastes, you know? What gives one person ASMR does not give someone else ASMR. And what makes someone sort of comfortable or uncomfortable is so completely different. It's fascinating. It can be quite a polarizing space. But, hey, we're all just trying different stuff out. Where are we? If I had the opportunity to create a full-fledged movie from scratch, would I do it? Yeah, I guess I would. I have developed a real love or interest in telling stories, you know, in my own way. They don't need to be elaborate stories, but I'm enjoying taking the viewer, you lovely lot, on something of a journey. And through pushing that, I'm sure at some point I will feel inspired to make something resembling a film. Maybe, I don't know. I'm working on a puppet show. I want to make the puppet show first. Then we could do the film. Who's my favorite Pokemon? Oh, goodness. Wow. I mean, to be honest, it's the original 150 for me. Like, all of these new Pokemon in the new games, I'm sort of just like, I can't get emotionally attached to you. I'm so sorry. I like the originals, or the ones in Gold and Silver as well. They were good as well. So, just up to that. I'll have to be a normie and say Charizard. Sorry. Manual or automatic cars? Manual. I like to feel like I'm driving a car, not that the car is driving. You know, I think manual makes you focus a little bit more. How do you script your videos, or do you improv most of it? It's always a bit of a mix. So often with my videos, it sort of changes direction quite a lot, and it has sort of scripted moments. Like, for instance, there was, in Choose Your Character, it's probably a very good example of a video that bounces around loads. You know, it's got the sort of operator scene at the beginning, and then it sort of loads up the simulation, and then it goes between, like, there's a haircut scene, there's a sort of Pokemon card scene, there's me sort of turning into the Grand Atlas guy, you know, and all of these things have to be scripted in. Like, they, not necessarily the dialogue, but the beats that I need to hit. I can't just make this all up on the spot necessarily, you know. So that stuff. So I do have a framework that I need to sort of work within, but I often leave myself plenty of room to ad-lib dialogue, because I recognize that sometimes people in this genre, in ASMR, you want it to feel conversational, natural, like this. And I'm not sure that I have necessarily, I think a gift for very natural sounding dialogue is really hard. Like, it's hard to write dialogue that sounds like it's coming out of a human's mouth. And so a natural conversation can often just be blagged. Yeah. Everyone, thank you for joining me for the stream. I think I'm going to have to bounce. I'm going to have to get out of here. It's been short but sweet. But thank you so much for coming to hang with me. We'll give it a couple more minutes just so I can say quick goodbyes and quick fire answer some questions. What the puppet show's about? It's about it's based on a poem, or it's putting visuals to a poem that my friend wrote. Yeah, so sorry everyone, so sorry. But hey, we'll do this again, I'm sure. I will stream in future. Thank you so much for coming to hang out with me. It's been very chill. It's been a great hour and 16 minutes. Now I need to unwind, I suspect. I hope you all stay safe, stay healthy, and keep killing it.